And then one final question related to that before we throw it out to our questions to the group. One of the great strengths of Brazil is diversity. As a country and a city in Brazil. And you recently took on the responsibility for the Pride Network as part of the city's focus on diversity. Can you share your story on what diversity and inclusion means to you, and what can we all achieve together?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think it's important to draw a distinction between diversity and inclusion. Diversity can be measured in numbers, and we can count up the number of minorities that we have in the bank. We can count the proportion of women to men that we have. And we can declare success around diversity fairly easily just based on numerical statistics. Inclusion is entirely different. Inclusion, to me, means making that diverse environment comfortable for every single member of our workplace, regardless of their ethnic background, regardless of race, regardless of their sexual orientation. We want a workplace, I want a workplace, I'll personalize it, in which every single one of our employees feels exceedingly comfortable coming to work every day and being who they are. We've made some great strides in that in the 32 years that I've been here and working on Wall Street. We've made great strides. We're not yet where we want to be. We're not close. One of the things that I should say we're not close. We probably are close, but we still have work to do. But we recognize that there are still communities that are not yet as comfortable in our workplace. And one of them is the LGBT community. And Mike Corbett asked a number of seniors, of which I was one, to take some ownership of our efforts, our diversity efforts in that regard. And I stepped up for the LGBT community. I'm an ally. For those of you that are familiar with some of the lingo that the group uses, but I'm an out ally, and I think one of the reluctances, one of the things that we can do, particularly with that affinity group, is grow the ally group and get people more comfortable dealing with some of the topics and talking more openly. One of the things that I've found just in my association with this, with the Pride groups, is that there's a reluctance sometimes to talk about the topics because people are uncomfortable with the language, the what you can and can't say. So I think the best thing that we can do to get everyone more comfortable with a diverse environment is be willing to sort of sometimes say the wrong thing, sometimes ask the question the wrong way, but knowing that there's positive intent around the things that we're doing to make our company a leader really in what we're trying to do. People have asked me this question differently in the past, and they've said, why don't you tell us the case, the commercial case, the business case for diversity? And to me, it's not about business. It probably is good business, but to me, we should, as a company, we employ 215,000 people around the world. We should be just taking social leadership around this issue of creating. We can create an environment here for our own employees, which can spread to the environments of our clients, which can spread in our communities and our societies, and we can really should take leadership really in advocating for more diverse communities and greater acceptance in the world today. So I'm sure we'll benefit some, P&L sense for sensible diversity, but that's not the reason.